21-year-old Nathan Andrew Edberg vanished from White Bear Lake, Minnesota on April 14, 1999. That evening, he walked into Decoy's Bar and Grill, a place where he was recognized as a regular, and according to the bartender, he arrived around 7:30 p.m. He ordered a drink and seemed lighter in spirit than he had in previous visits, carrying himself with a quiet ease that stood out to those who had seen him weighed down in the weeks before. Patrons later recalled his presence, but no one could remember the exact moment he left, a detail that would become central to the timeline of his disappearance and the investigation that followed. Not long afterwards, his pickup truck was discovered in a ditch near the junction of Interstate 694 and 35E, close to Little Canada. Investigators believed he had missed a turn on the highway, which was a simple mistake that left his vehicle abandoned with its headlights dimming and no sign of Nathan nearby. A few footprints were found leading east from the truck, and then the trail faded, leaving authorities with little to follow on, and his family was silenced. At first, his relatives assumed Nathan wanted space, believing he was taking time to think through the challenges he was facing while living with a cousin, and they did not immediately report him missing. Days later, when they realized his truck had been impounded, they contacted authorities and a case was opened that quickly revealed no evidence of foul play. His bank accounts and credit cards were never touched again, which was a detail that underscored the absence of activity and deepened the uncertainty surrounding his fate. His family held on to hope as the weeks turned into months, but the silence was overwhelming and the lack of progress weighed heavily on them. His father passed away in 2001, never knowing what had happened to his son, and his mother continues to search, carrying the burden of his absence for more than 2 decades. Nathan stood 6'2", weighing 210 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. Both of his ears were pierced. He carried wire-frame glasses for reading and driving, which was a small detail that made him instantly recognizable to those who knew him well. If you have any information on the disappearance of Nathan Andrew Edberg, please contact the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. 22-month-old Aaron Mitchell Anderson disappeared from his family's yard in Pine City, Minnesota on April 7, 1989. He had just started barely walking and had not yet spoken his first full sentences. That afternoon, his mother, Paulette, let him play outside in the yard that bordered the Snake River. She stepped inside the house for only a brief moment to check on something, believing her son was safe in the space he knew so well. When she returned, the yard was empty and the river nearby was silent. Aaron was gone. Panic set in quickly and she searched the property, calling his name again and again until the realization struck that he was nowhere to be found. She picked up the phone and called authorities, who arrived within minutes, bringing deputies and volunteers who began combing the riverbank and surrounding woods. The search grew rapidly as neighbors joined in, but despite the urgency and number of people, there was no trace of him. No footprints were left anywhere in the mud. It was as if the child had vanished into thin air, leaving behind only questions that grew heavier with each passing hour. Authorities leaned towards the theory that Aaron slipped into the river and drowned. His parents never accepted that explanation. They pointed to more than 20 leads suggesting abduction, and investigators later admitted those leads were ignored. For the family, the drowning theory felt like a dismissal. For them, the idea that their son had simply disappeared into the river was not only unconvincing, but deeply painful, because it meant that the possibility of foul play, of someone taking Aaron, was never fully explored. After Aaron's disappearance, his parents moved to St. Paul, but they never stopped searching. Aaron was a Caucasian male with light brown hair and brown eyes. He had a small white birthmark on the lower right side of his abdomen, and his head was slightly enlarged. On the day he vanished, he wore a half red, half yellow sweatshirt with a puffy dinosaur stitched across his corduroy pants. If you have any information on the disappearance of Aaron Anderson, please contact the Pine County Sheriff's Department. 20-year-old Joshua Guimond vanished from St. John's University in Collegeville, Minnesota on November 9, 2022. He was a junior majoring in political science, deeply focused on his studies and known for his intelligence and ambition. That evening, Joshua attended a small gathering at a dormitory on the north end of campus, and sometime between 11 p.m. and midnight, he stepped outside. His friends assumed he had gone back to his apartment in the middle of the campus, but he never arrived. His car was later found undisturbed on campus, parked where he had left it. His eyeglasses, contact lenses, and credit cards were also all inside his apartment, left untouched. He had not taken clothing suitable for the cold November night, and nothing suggested he had planned to leave for long. In the hours after his disappearance, someone erased items from his computer's hard drive, including files later recovered that contained information about making fake identification cards, though investigators have never confirmed whether this was connected to his disappearance. Searches began quickly and stretched across the campus and surrounding lakes. Authorities believed it was possible Joshua had stumbled into water and drowned, yet divers and search teams found no trace of him. Other theories suggested he might have been struck by a vehicle or had left voluntarily, but none of these ideas were supported by evidence. His loved ones insisted it was uncharacteristic of him to leave without warning, and they believed foul play was involved. Joshua stood between 5'10" and 6 foot. He weighed around 170 pounds, with blonde hair and blue eyes. He had a vertical scar above his shoulder, about 4 inches long and in half an inch wide. If you have any information on the disappearance of Joshua Guimond, please contact the Stearns County Sheriff's Office.